but most of them, such as this little conch, are easy to recognize. All are soft-bodied, and most have a shell and a strong muscular foot. As you can see, the clam has a soft body that's surrounded by a hard outer shell. This is common for most mollusks. Mollusks have three main body parts, and here's the first one. It's a tough, muscular foot. Clams use this to move around and to dig down into the mud in which they live. Next is the mantle. It's a membrane that covers most of the clam's body. As is the case with most mollusks, it contains glands that secrete the shell. And here, under the mantle, is the clam's visceral mass. It contains the heart, digestive system, and other organs. Together, these three main parts, the foot, the mantle, and the visceral mass, make up the mollusk body plan.
The forms and functions of mollusk. Mollusks can be herbivores, carnivores, filter feeders, detritivores, or parasites. Clams, oysters, and scallops lead a quieter existence by filter feeding, using feathery gills. Aquatic mollusks, such as snails, clams, and octopi, typically breathe using gills inside their mantle cavity. As water passes through the mantle cavity, oxygen in the water moves into the blood, flowing through the gills. At the same time, carbon dioxide moves in the opposite direction from the blood into the water. Oxygen and nutrients are carried to all parts of a mollusk's body by a circulatory system. Circulatory system is either open or closed. Open circulatory system works well for slow-moving mollusks, such as a snail and clams, in which the demand of oxygen is relatively low. Cells of the body release nitrogen, containing waste, into the blood in the form of pneumonia. Tube-shaped nephridia remove pneumonia from the blood and release it outside the body. The complexity of the nervous system and the ability to respond to environmental conditions vary greatly among the mollusks. Clams and other two-shelled mollusks typically lead inactive lives, burrowing in the mud or sand. They have a simple nervous system consisting of small ganglia near the mouth, a few nerve cords, and a simple sense organ, such as chemical receptors and eye spots. Mollusks move in many different ways. Snails secrete mucus along the base of the foot and then move over surfaces using the rapidly motion of the foot. Clams are inactive. The fast-moving octopus use a form of jet propulsion. Mollusks reproduce in a variety of ways. Many snails and two-shelled mollusks reproduce sexually by external fertilization. They release enormous numbers of eggs and sperms into the open water. The eggs are fertilized in the water and then developed into free-swimming larvae.
Ah, come on, Cloudy.
Yeah, do something funny.
Yeah. All right, I know one joke. There's a mollusk, see, and he walks up to a sea. Well, he doesn't walk up, he swims up. Well, actually, the mollusk isn't moving. He's in one place, and then the sea cucumber, well, I'm mixed up. There was a mollusk and a sea cucumber. None of them were walking, so forget that I said
Sheldon,
that.
get out of Mr. Johansson's yard now! All right, you kid. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where?
I'm aboard, explorers!
So just then, the sea cucumber looks over to the mollusk and says, with fronds like these, who needs anemones?
Ah!